channel, my name's Hannah. Welcome back to another video where I'm going to help you guys on how to install mods and custom content for The Sims 3. Now the reason I'm doing an update video is one, because everything has been updated, and two, the other video that I did is very straightforward, but all the links are old and everything and that. So this is a brand new fresh video, and I hope it will be more usable, if that makes any sense. Anyway, let's get straight into this. So before you start anything, you're going to need an extractor. Now an extractor is something that when you download a combined file, it basically extracts combined files into that separate files. And most people who create custom content and mods normally do a extracted file, and the reason for that is for storage reasons and all that jazz. So you can either download 7-zip or WinRAR. They're both entirely free. You guys can choose which one. Personally, I prefer WinRAR. All the links are going to be in the description, so don't panic. Now before you actually download WinRAR or 7-zip, if you already have one, that's great. But before you download it, you are going to need what type of device you have. Now I'm not on about like what company, blah blah blah. You're going to need to know whether you have a 64-bit or a 32-bit. So what you want to do is you just want to go straight down into the search bar, and all you have to type in is, what is my bit? Hold up. Let me type that again. Computer bit. That's what you have to type. Excuse me, that was my fault. Okay, so all you have to do is type in computer bit, and it will see if you have 32-bit or 64-bit versions of Windows. So I'm on Windows 10 right now. I'm on the updated version, and also you can update it from 32 for 64, but that is a whole different thing. If you want to find that out, just go search it on YouTube. Anyway, so you want to scroll down where it says device specifications. That is a big word for me to say, and that's going to tell you everything, all the information about your device. Now you want to look down where it says system type, and it's going to either say 64-bit or 32-bit. Now mine is 64-bit, so I'd have to download the 64. So that is how you go into it. So once you find out that, you can either download the 32-bit or 64-bit. Do not download anything else, and make sure you download the latest ones, which are the two sitting above at the top. So you can just download 64. For me it's 64. I already have it installed, but I'm going to show you guys what happens when you install it. Well, I can't really. So when you do it, it would just go through the process and you just agree to everything. Now WinRAR does say that you can sign up and pay for it and everything like that, but they don't charge you for anything like that, and you can literally have it for free for the rest of it, and the same is for 7-zip. So anyway, let's get rid of those links. So the first thing we want to do, let's go over here, and you want to go to Mod The Sims. Now this link will be in the description. This is the first link that you want to go to after installing your extractor. So you want to make sure you read everything carefully, so make sure you read this. If you ever had a custom content in program files, either manually or using helper monkey / monkey bars, you must uninstall monkey bars, helper monkey, and remove the old framework files. So if you have anything to do with helper monkey or monkey bars, you must uninstall it to be able to install custom content and that. So anyway, we're going to go down, and it does tell you how to do it. So set up folders and files. So that is what we're going to do right now. So I have basically a folder that is all fresh, because my actual folder is completely full and I won't be able to show you guys in there. So I'm just going to show you guys how to access this. So what you want to do is you can either go to this PC or you can go straight to documents. So you go to this PC, documents, and into the electronic arts folder. This is where your Sims will be installed. Do not delete the electronic arts folder, do not delete the Sims 3 folder at all. So you want to access the Sims 3 folder, and in there is everything that you have in your game. Do not delete anything. I am going to do an update video on how to keep your game running smoothly without mods and custom content. So down here you see I have a mods file. This is the mod file that we are going to be downloading, and as you see, it is completely and utterly full. Now as you see, it is completely and utterly organized. Now that is the number one thing to do. So before we get into organizing, the first thing we're going to do is going to have to download the link. So what you want to do is you want to scroll down, and you see the words download. Now you can either right click and save as, and choose save link as, and you can either save it anywhere you want. You can do it straight into Think, but firstly I just click the download button and go straight to my download folder. You guys can choose which you want to do, you can either do save as and save it into your download folder that way, or save it straight into your download folder. I don't know how your guys' computer works, but either way. So now it's downloaded, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go into downloads folder, and to access that you go into this PC and you go into the downloads folder. Now I have a lot of downloads, so here you have a folder that's called framework setup. Let's just memorize this real quick, and we're going to pop that over there. So you're going to have this little folder here, and what you want to do is you want to right click it and you want to click extract here, and it's going to extract some folders. And over here is extracted a mod folder. Now let's get rid of that and delete that. So what you want to do is you want to go into your electronic folder. Now it's always good to make sure you make a copy before you do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to Documents, Electronic Arts, The Sims 3, and we're going to go down, well actually you need to go back to The Sims 3, Electronics Arts should I say, and you right click the Sims 3 folder and you copy and paste it onto your desktop or somewhere safe, just in case anything goes wrong you have a backup and clean folder, so you don't lose any progress and everything in your game. So next what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, I'm just double checking that this is the copy folder, and you're going to go into Electronic Arts, The Sims 3, and what you're going to do with this mod folder is you're just going to simply drag it into the Sims 3 folder. And there we go, and it should be here somewhere. Let me just refresh that. There we go, and down here is the mod folder. Now when you access the mod folder there should be two folders. One is overrides and one is packages. Do not touch the overrides folder at all, and there should also be a resource.cfg file. Now you don't want to delete that either. The only thing that we are focusing on for this entire video is the packages. So you want to go into the packages, and there should be two base mods that come with this, which is no build sparkles, which means when you build in the Sims, normally the sparkles that are there, they're not going to be there. Now personally keep these in your game to make sure your mod folder is running smoothly at all times, and then no intro gets rid of the long intro in the game. Normally you can just click it and skip it, but this one just goes straight to the loading screen, and that's also another good way to make sure your game is completely loaded up and that the mod folder is working. Now once you're into the mod folder, well package folder, you need to make sure you're organized. Now when you get into mods and custom content you can get very carried away easily, and you'll end up having a lot of stuff to do while you have downloaded all of that. So it's always good to be prepared beforehand. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click and we're going to create a new folder, and this is going to be called a mod folder. Let me just rename that and rename that mods. And we're going to do another one, and we're going to name this CC, which is short for custom content. So in the custom content one, I like to organize mine. Let's just go into mine real quick. Mods. Okay, we're going in packages. Now I have loads of things like custom content, mods, objects, poses. Personally stick to two separate folders named mods and custom content. In custom content there's you can have whatever you want, create a sim and everything like that. I'm actually going to move the objects and poses into the custom content, and in my mods folder I have career, NRAAS and other mods. So what we're going to do in the custom content folder is we're going to create a new folder, and we're going to rename that create a sim. Now this is going to be all the custom content that is for create a sim, and then we're going to create another folder. We're going to call that poses, because you can get poses in the Sims 3. And we're going to do another one, and we're going to call them objects, or you can do build. Normally I say objects, which is like for build and buy mode, and then go to the objects folder and you do build, and we do a new folder and we do buy. Now this makes sure that everything is organized and you got everything sorted. You can also go into your folders and create new folders to make sure you know where your mods are, what mod is what, and you can also rename the mods as well. They don't need to be changed, just so you know what it is and just in case anything goes wrong. So we're going to go back and we're going to go into create a sim. Now there's loads of create a sim options. We have hair, we have skin, we have makeup, we have clothes, we have let's see, shoes, and we also have accessories. I'm pretty sure I spelled that wrong, but who cares. So this, make sure that you keep everything in it, and like I said, make sure you organize it when you put them into the folders as well. Rename them, put in separate folders, like for accessories, jewelry, glasses, blah 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 blah, just to make sure you know where everything is, because loads of custom content can be corrupt and can ruin your game, so it's good to make sure you know where it exactly is. So that is all of that. And just make sure you have everything that you need. In the mods folder, I personally like to have a separate folder for NRAAS, and the reason for that is so I can tell the difference, even though it does say NRAAS on it. And then I normally have another folder that says other, which is other mods that you can have in the game, and then I go into that folder. When I download those mods, I normally list folders that way, and it keeps your game nice and clean, and it also keeps your computer clean and organized, just in case anything goes wrong, as I keep saying, and I'm repeating over and over again, which I do apologize. I just want to make sure you guys are having a safe trip with downloading mods and custom content. So once you've installed the mod folder, what you want to do is you want to start up Sims 3, which I'm going to do for you guys right now, to just show you guys what is going to happen when you upload Sims 3, to make sure that your mod folder is completely working. Okay guys, so as you see, the Max is seeing them up. Now normally the Sims 3 video thing comes up, so as you can see it goes straight to the loading screen. Now it shouldn't come up with the video. Now that is a complete sign that the mod package is working. Now you can also go into build mode and check to see if the build sparkles work, but the most common thing to check is to make sure that the intro doesn't come up, and they're always good things to have in your folder while to make sure that your mod folder is working. Sorry, I got jumbled up on my words there. So normally when you load up Sims 3, sometimes a black screen can appear, and that is completely and utterly normal. It's nothing to do with the mod folder or anything like that. It's Sims, that is what it does. And other than that, it should have the Maxis intro, and then it should go straight to the loading screen for your Sims game, and from there you guys can play Sims, or you can close it and get down your mods. Okay guys, so here we are back to my desktop. I get so confused sometimes. It's really late for me. I don't know if you can see the time, but it's nearly 1 AM. Anyway, so if the loading screen, the Sims intro does appear, what you need to do is you need to close down the Sims 3. You need to delete the mod folder in your Sims folder, and then you need to reinstall the mod folder again, and it should work. If it doesn't, keep doing that process until it works, and it should be completely fine. You guys can choose whether you want to delete or keep these in your mod folder. I personally keep them in there just to make sure I know my mod folder's running. It also comes up with a mod list as well. Now it doesn't have all of your mods and custom content listed on there, it's just a few, and that just double checks that your mods are working, so you don't need to worry if it doesn't show all your mods and custom content up on there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and I'm going to show you guys what you can download into the Sims. Now the best mods to have to start off with are NRAAS mods. Now NRAAS has recently uploaded a new website with a few new mods and everything, and all the links are going to be in the description. So there's 6 in total that I recommend for you guys to download to have into your game, that really help smooth your game out and help keep your game running smoothly. It also can help with errors and stuff that you have that happens with custom content. So the first one that we're going to go and look at is Error Trap. So we're going to scroll down, and right here is Error Trap. Again, all the links are going to be in the description, in the NRAAS website, and all the ones that I'm listing. So the first one we're going to is Error Trap. So you can read the about sections and everything that you need. Now you do need to make sure you read it through properly. Don't just go by what I say, make sure you follow them as well. So what you want to do is you want to make sure your game is completely updated. Now the highest patch for the Sims 3 update is 1.69. Now you can always find that out by looking into your game launcher, and in the bottom corner is the patch number. Now if it isn't updated, you just click the update button and it should update it to that. So error trap. This is a core mod intended to catch the correct data corruption errors that can render a saved game unloadable. Any corruption errors that cannot be corrected will be trapped and logged, allowing the saved game to load regardless. Unhandled script errors must be posted on them. Okay, so then you just click the download button and you download from there. The next one is Master Controller, which is a must mod that I have to say, especially when you have custom content. Now, if you guys have watched my Sims videos, should I say, there's lots of things that can happen. Now, recently in my daycare Sims 3 series, my Sim was wearing custom content shoes in the bath, as well as tights that you guys couldn't see, but anyways, that's what she was wearing. And Master Controller comes in really handy when it comes to that, because you can use it, and I'm going to show you guys separate videos on how to use each of these mods that I am listing right now, and there's only 6 of them, which means there's only going to be 6 of how to use that. Other NRAAS ones you're going to have to watch other videos on. Anyway, Master Controller. This mod adds a menu called NRAAS Master Controller to the following items in the town. In addition, the sort inventory has been added to all containers in the town. Now, Master Controller has those different options: edit and create a sim, reset sim, change name, change age, age up. It's kind of like a cheat bar, but it also helps when it comes to bad custom content and everything like that. So it's a must-have to have into your game. Next, we're going to go and scroll down, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to Overwatch. So Overwatch, this primary purpose of this mod is to act as a periodic clean system for correcting errors and eliminating junk that accumulates over a regular play session. A menu called NRAAS Overwatch is added to City Hall and the active scenes. So this is basically keeps your game clean. It's the same as error trap sort of, and there's also a few options that come with it as well. Next, we're going to Portal Panel. Now it's not a must have, but for me it is, and I do recommend it, especially if you want to play lots of Sims and do like videos and everything like that. Now, Portal Panel, basically what this is, Portal Panel can have a maximum of 24 Sims in your household. You don't have to have 24 altogether. It can be any number from 1 to 24, but do be careful, because it can get a bit laggy sometimes with lots of Sims. But this mod basically enables you to be able to have more than 8 Sims in your household when you want to do stories and stuff like that, or if you're doing certain challenges. So the next one is Saver. Now again, this is a must add mod. Now it's not actually listed anywhere in here, but it is here, and I do have the link. So this is basically, you can sort what amount you want it to have, and I use it for when I'm in, mainly because I do lots of building in the Sims 3 and I normally forget to save. If you guys watch my videos, you'll like see it pop up every now and then, and it's basically what it does, it comes up with to save your game. Now it will come up to save it as a 1 on the end, so basically you'll have your save, your old save file, and then this new save file. I normally delete the one and just rewrite over that save, which does nothing. It's just like saving your game as normally, but it just reminds you to be able to save your game. By default, the mod will wake up after 30 real-time minutes and ask the user to save the game. So you can change it from 10 minutes to 30 minutes to an hour. It depends. I have it on just default, so every 30 minutes it will come up and it will say you need to save your game. I think mainly it's like 20 minutes for me though. I might have it on 30, I'm not entirely sure, but it's always good to make sure to save your game, and especially if you're building in the Sims. I mean, Sims 3 crashes really easily, especially if you have loads of extensions and mods and custom content. It can overwhelm your game and your game can just be like, look, I need a break. It's really good to have, when you're building, you can kind of change it down and save it to like every 10 minutes just to make sure. Even though saving your game does take a long time, it will really help you, and trust me, it will benefit you in the end. The last and final one that we're going to look up is Wahoo. which is here. Oh look, there's Saver. It's not in one of the little ones. I'm such an idiot. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go and look at Wahoo. Again, the links are all going to be in the description down below. Now Wahoo, this mod performs adjustments to the game system. Now it doesn't explain it very well, but what it does, it adds loads of relationship things. So you can have teen pregnancy if you're doing the Runaway Teen Challenge. I think it adds nudity into the game. If you enable it, so do be careful there. If you're recording videos, make sure that's disabled. It also adds loads of other Wahoo options and relationship options, so like a teenager can date a young adult, blah 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 blah. So you can kind of mess around with it, and it's kind of like a relationship based Wahoo mod. Mainly these mods are made based upon challenges and to benefit the users of the game and to add more experiences to the game. So that is all the mods there. You can also look into other mods in that as well. If you guys want help with knowing what if you want a certain mod and you don't know whether if you want to download it or not, just give a comment down below and I can reply back to you and let you know whether it's safe to download or not, and I can give you the link if you're looking for something specific. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get rid of that one. I'm going to remove that. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to go and look at custom content. Now you can get custom content anywhere. You can get Sims custom content from Tumblr, which has been up and down at the moment because lots of stuff. There's mostly Sims 4. Let's go for Sims 3. So there's loads of different places you can get it. Make sure you're very careful with downloading custom content, and I'm going to say this from my own experience and other Simmers' experience. Do not in any circumstances download Sims or houses or pets at that extension. Don't download them from the Sims 3 Exchange. If you don't know what the Sims 3 Exchange is, let me just give it up. There we go. This is the Sims 3 Exchange website. You guys can add me. It's all down below, all my socials and that, and download. This is where you can add new extensions and that to your game. Now, personally, you can add. You can buy Sim points on Origin. I'm pretty sure that they do it free now. But you can also get other worlds and stuff like that from here, from either real money or via using Sim points. Now, if you go to the exchange here, there's normally lots of Sims and houses that have lots of custom content. Now, I recommend you do not download any custom content from the Sims 3 Exchange, because one, it can really mess up your game, and there can also be corrupt custom content in either that build or the sim itself. So make sure you're really careful when you're downloading on the Sims 3 Exchange. Make sure that when you download it, to make sure check your downloads in your launcher that comes up, and just go through it and make sure that there's no corrupt custom content in there, which I can show you guys in another video, how to get rid of all the bad custom content and so forth. So anyway, the first link that we're going to look up is the Sims resource. Now this is a main download for custom content, and we're going to go ahead and look in the Sims 3 one. Now all you have to do is make an account if you want to search stuff, and it's completely and free, and you can search your desires and specify what you want. So you can go through anything that you want, poses, blah blah blah. There's pose player, animation player, and all that jazz, which again, I'm going to do another update video on that. The Sims 3 custom content. Now, Tumblr has been up and down when it comes to the Sims custom content. There's a lot of jazz going on. Tumblr is a trustworthy website, and so is the Sims resource. Another one I recommend is around the Sims 3. They are absolutely stunning with their work. There is so much to choose from. I literally have mostly everything on this because I absolutely entirely love it. It's so creative, and there's so much, and you can download sets and download unique things basically, and it's all safe. Again, all these links in that are going to be in the description. Now when you do download stuff, you need to make sure you go into your documents folder. you want to go into Electronic Arts, The Sims 3, and you want to scroll down and you want to go to your mod folder, which has disappeared for some reason. Oh no! Alright, let's go here. There it is. So you want to go into The Sims 3, the mod folder, and you want to go into the package folder. Do not put them anywhere else, and make sure you have organized everything, and you make sure you put them into the correct folders. You can right click and rename them to things to make sure you guys remember what it is and everything and that. Now normally they will download into your download folder, so right now let's go ahead and let's download a mod. Let's just go ahead and download Portrait Panel. There we go, it's downloading right there, and that's gone straight to my download folder. So you can either do it here or drag it to your desktop. I personally just do it in here because it really doesn't bother me, or I have a separate Sims 3 one where I put all my Sims 3 downloads in there and I kind of work for it. So what you want to do is you just want to right click and you want to extract to NRAAS Portal Panel. And then we're just going to get rid of that after it's extracted, and you're going to have this little file here. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to go back to the package file, and we're going to go in our mods file, and we're going to go into NRAAS here, and we're just going to go ahead and drag that in there. As you can see, I already have it in there. I'm not going to touch it, I'm just going to leave that there, but you just drag it in there, and you can also just right click and rename, but keep the .package. You don't want to delete that bit, but you can rename it. For NRAAS you don't really need to rename it, it's already there, but for custom content and that, to keep you guys running smoothly and so forth. So that's basically it. I hope this guys helped you, and all the new links and that are all updated and everything and that, and like I said, it's all going to be in the description down below, and I'll see you guys in the next videos that come up. Other than that, give this video a thumbs up if it helped you, and also if you enjoyed this video, it really does mean a lot to me and it really does help my channel. Also, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications. I have a schedule. I upload Thursdays, Fridays and Wednesdays, so they are my upload days, and the rest of them are my recording days and so forth. So that is when I'm going to be uploading videos. Anything can be coming up on those days, so make sure you have the notifications on to make sure that you get notification when my new videos come out. Anyway guys, other than that, as always, stay safe and happy gaming. Bye.